Hello, my name is Winter Odell, and I'm a soon-to-be graduate of the Paralegal Studies program at Bryant Stratton College. During my time here, through a variety of classes, I have met all of the program outcomes that were set forth at the beginning of my program. There are 12 outcomes, and over my 2 years here as a student, I have exceeded the expectations of every single one of them. By accomplishing these outcomes, I have better suited myself for a career working in the Employee and Labor Relations Department of the Human Resources Department of my local VA. The first outcome is describe and discuss the basic responsibilities, legal and procedural theories, and limitations of a paralegal. During my time in my Intro to Paralegal Studies class, I learned exactly what it meant to be a paralegal, what was going to be expected of me, and what my ethical and legal responsibilities are. The second outcome is define, apply, and defend principles of legal ethics within a variety of settings. In my civil litigation class, there was a project in which we worked with a personal injury case, and we were faced with many ethical decisions to show us what our ethical responsibilities were to both the client and the firm. The third outcome is distinguish appropriate legal terminology and utilize terms correctly in legal documents. In my contract law class, part of our portfolio project was drafting an employment contract. And through this project, I learned a lot of terminology that I didn't know beforehand. This has been extremely beneficial when working with policies. The fourth outcome is design and compose legal documents, including but not limited to correspondence, pleadings, briefs, and memoranda that are relative to different substantive areas of law. This outcome was met by so many different projects of my different classes. I completed projects in my criminal law class, domestic relations, torts and remedies, and both of my legal research and writing classes that taught me the proper way to draft a variety of legal documents like complaints, summons, custody agreements, divorce decrees, prenuptial agreements, and a variety of different motions that really prepared me for drafting policies. The fifth outcome is utilize electronic and print resources to locate primary and secondary law related legal documents to research, summarize, and evaluate legal issues. And this outcome was really met best by my first legal research and writing class when I learned the first time how to effectively use Lexis Advance to research and find relevant case law. The sixth outcome is identify and utilize information technology tools and skills in both general and law-related office practices. In my law office management technology class, I learned how to use electronic forms and filing systems, as well as using electronics in the courtroom to not only benefit my attorney, but also the client. The seventh outcome is apply appropriate paralegal specific knowledge, skills, and behaviors to analyze and interpret primary and secondary law sources and related legal documents. This outcome was met in full by my legal research and writing 1 and 2 classes. During these classes, I worked on the same partial trademark infringement case, and I really focused on finding appropriate case law and applying it to the case correctly so that we could get the best representation for the client. I use these same skills when researching policies for the VA. The eighth outcome is utilize appropriate current technology and resources to locate and evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal, and then communicate the findings in visual, written, and/or oral formats. And this outcome was best met by my domestic relations class, where I spent quite a bit of time researching the appropriate forms for child custody agreements, divorce decrees, and other documents in order to ensure that they were the most up-to-date, and then use them to draft my own documents for the case that I was working on. Because I work for the federal government, a lot of what I work on comes from a basic form. The ninth outcome, transfer knowledge, skills, and behaviors acquired through formal and informal learning and life experiences to new situations. I have really taken what I've learned from my second legal research and writing class and put those skills into effect in my job when I'm researching and writing policies. The 10th outcome is employ strategies for reflection on learning and practice in order to adjust learning processes for continual improvement. I worked on this a lot during my career development class by learning how to tailor my resume, cover letter, and elevator pitch to each job that I apply for and editing them accordingly. This has helped me excel at the VA by opening doors that were once closed. The 11th outcome is follow established methods of inquiry and mathematical reasoning to form conclusions and make decisions. I use the tools that I learned from working on my project about student loans in my quantitative reasoning class to understand and be able to save up to pay back my student loans in full in just a few weeks after graduation. The final outcome is participate in social, academic, and professional communities for individual growth and to function as a citizen of a multicultural world. I achieved this outcome during this capstone class by working on a global awareness project where I really got to focus on the cultural impact of the lives of people. Exceeding the expectations of each and every one of these outcomes has allowed me to better my communication, my research, and my writing skills. And even though I was applying them in my classes towards a more legal focused curriculum, these classes have taught me how to research, to understand, and to write policies effectively and efficiently, as well as making me extremely proficient at communicating with people from many different educational, cultural, and religious backgrounds. These skills are the foundation of my work at the VA, where my ultimate goal is to become a human resources specialist in the Employee and Labor Relations Department. As I continue to work towards furthering my career, I will pull skills from my education to ensure that I'm the best employee that I can be.